making stupid noises to test audio. Favorite part of the stream.
Drivers, to your cars.
Welcome, Busch Bonanza fans, to Lonesome Pine in the hills of Western Virginia. We will have 2 heat races today to determine who, besides the top 20 in points, makes it into the 200-lap feature. The top 8 from heats 1 and 2 will transfer. This is, as I said, heat number the first. Starting in for this heat, let's see, where's the camera? Oh, there we go. Cheeseman on the pole alongside Tommy Davis. Second row, Ramaswamy and Zeller. Tonto will start alongside Stout. Polson alongside Courtney. Stephen Lowe alongside Bernard Person. Stephen Davis alongside Jack Painter. Rain Butterworth and Isaac Groth. Thomas Fair and Curtis Griffin. That's right, Peps Augusta and Bev Fresh. Nazmo Hawkins and Burt Grove. Valmar Earnhardt and Gene Stapleton. Brian Phillips and Yori Rodriguez, and shotgun on this heat is the 77 of Reno Jackson. No need to sit around waiting for this to start. We can get to it, get this heat underway. We've got 2 heats and the main, as I said. Top 8 from each heat transfer to join the top 20 in points for the feature. This is, we've got 3 short tracks left this season, counting this one. Next week we will be staying in Virginia for South Boston. And a few weeks down the road, we have Southern National. That will be the end of our short track swing. Other races we've got coming up, we've got another round at Atlanta, Talladega, the Charlotte Roval, and Homestead, and I don't feel like I'm remembering all the races. Let me check my handy-dandy race schedule to see what I'm forgetting. Yes, next week South Boston, Talladega, the Roval, Atlanta, Southern National, Phoenix, and Homestead. It was Phoenix I was forgetting. I didn't hit play. I was wondering why we weren't firing the engines and rolling off. It's because the replay was paused. Command has been given, engines are fired, and we're going to roll off 50-lap heat races. Be rolling off any second now, unless I find... There we go. So let's say, are we still paused? Pro tip, the AI don't pace great here, but unfortunately a newer version of the track was not finished in time for this. We have a good race, maybe we'll keep Lonesome Pine on the schedule for next season, and maybe that much nicer looking updated version will be done for us then. It looks good. I can't wait to get to take a look at it when it comes out. It just wasn't on my timetable. Why would it have to be? Pace car peels in, and we are green, green, green. Cheeseman leads them away. Cheeseman pulls clear with the lead at the conclusion of the first lap. Kind of getting down to crunch time in the championship, but these heats are more about crunch time for top 20 points to carry over into next season. It's still kind of close. good series of runs, but he is 25th in points and has a decent gap that I don't know that he'll be able to overcome. Jackson Vatcher is actually the last car in on points. His gap to Tommy Davis has been shrinking. Davis, Ramaswamy, Courtney, Stephen Lowe, and Cheeseman and Tonto are right up there in points. They just are not capitalizing quite enough over Vatcher to work their way in. Have to look and see what the officials have determined for the heat structure for South Boston. I think that track's going to hold enough cars that Vatcher won't have to worry about not making the show. But a bad finish with those just up his heels getting good finishes could see him knocked out of the top 20 right at the end of the season. But South Boston and Southern National are the two for him to worry about. Although a DNS in another race could always do it. We've seen a lot of those this season, cars failing on the grid. Cheeseman continues to lead. Ramaswamy settled into second. Davis in third, then Tonto, Polson, Stephen Davis, Zeller, and Stephen Lowe is the last car in at the moment. I'm going to try to kind of focus here on the 8th spot because that's the important one. As 34 unscheduled pit stop, that's going to basically take him out of the running here. It's nice seeing the cars run around these bull rings. It's one of the things that's really great about the Busch Bonanza series is we have a nice variety of the schedule. We run everything from big super speedways down to some of the smallest bull rings in this country. This isn't even one of the smaller tracks we've gone to. Has resumed multiple laps down. Could be hoping for some attrition, but it'd be a lot of attrition for that car to get in. Checking up some of these leaders. Courtney trying to get that 9th spot away so they can mount a charge on this 24, but haven't been able to get around Ron Stout just yet. These laps click away pretty quickly around here. Traffic already coming in. Not super surprising with some of these cars. Grove is yet to make any points this season. Just not been the season they would like to see. Same for Earnhardt and Fresh. And the number of cars that have just not shown up all season. Cars, some pretty good cars last season have been struggling as well. That 6th car, that was maybe not a contender for a lot of wins, but was a solid midfield car last season. This season, barely making races. Got to be very disappointing for that team. These heats are sometimes the only opportunities we get to see some of these cars, unfortunately. Bev Fresh in this heat hasn't made a race all season. She won last year. Seems very unlikely that's going to happen this year, but still a few rounds left for her to sneak one out. But got to make the show to win the show. Ooh, they're 3 wide up there. Lap car on the outside. Stapleton all the way up to the top in a new ride this season, not looking as good as his old one. Comes Stephen Lowe on him. Even Courtney's falling off the back of Ron Stout. Next time around it'll be halfway and he won. 77 slow down the back. Another driver that had a good season last season, but this season's been one to forget. He was a standout in 23, 24, forgettable. Ooh, a little bit of a bumper there from the 24 to the 6. No time for lap traffic. Start closing back in here. Yeah, Stephen Lowe's going to go for a move on Stephen Davis, try to get off the bubble. Stephen Lowe's going to move up to 7th, pushing Stephen Davis back to 8th, and now into the clutches of Ron Stout. Here comes Ron. Fight's not over yet, but Stout seems to have the advantage. This is bringing the 13 and the 90 up into this battle. Ron Stout moves into the 8th spot. Bev getting roughed up there. A lot of lap traffic. Laps are dwindling now. Stephen Davis trying to take the spot back. Davis back into the transfer. By Belmore Earnhardt. Open wheel regular is yet to make a show in Bonanza all season. I don't think the switch to stock cars is working out for that one. Davis going to fight Stephen Lowe. Inside 10 to go. Ron Stout can smell blood. Just couldn't get his car turned in there. Running out of lap laps to do it. Here's an opening to the inside. Comes Stout. Ron's going to move himself up to the transfer spot. Will he stay there? To go with the line here. Or will it? Did I miss the countdown? I guess the leader already come through. It's sometimes hard to keep track of the laps when the leader's a little further out than you think they are. If I had to go this time though. Stephen Lowe trying to close back up. Bernard Person has overhauled David Courtney. Closing up. Ron's having a hard time getting around this 119. Cheeseman continues to lead. Huge advantage, but really doesn't matter. Stout pushes high. Here comes Stephen Lowe on the inside. Stephen Lowe's going to take the spot as they take the white. Ron have anything to fight back with? I don't think he does. Too much of a gap. Cheeseman's gonna win it. And Stephen Lowe transferring Cheeseman, Davis, Ramaswamy, Polson, Tonto, Zeller, Davis, and Stephen Lowe. Stand by for Heat 2.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, Heat.
Drivers, to your cars.
Heat number the second. On the pole, Brandon Rains alongside Matt Bontempi. Second row, Alex Stello and David Baldinger. Third row, Stefan Harding and Connor Germain. Then we've got JT Armstrong, Brian Lowe, Molitor Hill, and Jared Shadle. Bobby Farrell and Lawrence Van Buren. Jim Fitzmaurice and Scott Deutsch. Jim Gunk. And I remember Adriano Faporti. Yeah, definitely do. Bear McComas and Dwight York, Oscar Ortiz and Ben White, Jacob Stumpf and Tom Barber, Jogu Ibushi and Larry Sheldrick, and Shotgun on the field, Seb Alexander. Same spiel as the last time, 50 laps, top 8 transfer. And we'll roll off here shortly as the engines come to life. Field rolls away. 50 laps. Top 8 transferring to join the top 20 and the 8 that just transferred in Heat 1. Pace car peels away. Green, green, green. Reigns gets clear immediately at the front. Stella working his way clear as well. Should be the slightly more competitive heat. Heat 1 was top half of points to the bottom half of points. This is the middle of points that need to transfer, so a little bit more of a mixed bag, whereas in the last heat we saw the guys 21st in points and the guys 71st in points. Let's see if this first heat runs off as quickly as the second heat runs off as quickly as the first. Armstrong fading. Not ideal for him. About to find himself on the bubble. Just don't say that JT was holding on well, and then he misses 1 and 2. Ryan Lowe all over him. Didn't realize that was happening. So you've been watching a radio drama. Good to know. You didn't miss anything. We've run 20 laps. Top 10 are Rains, Stello, Harding, Bontempi, Germain, Farrell, Baldinger, and Armstrong in 8th. Just behind him, Brian Lowe, Gunk, and Deutsch. I'm not going to rerun 20 laps of a heat that isn't going to matter. It's just not worth it. Contact there between Harding and Germain. So we're starting to work traffic. Ballinger's going to get pushed back to the 8th spot. Now here as Armstrong tries to rebound past halfway. Number of cars have gone down a lap as the leaders work through traffic. Rains with a massive lead. Jeez Louise. As we work in traffic through, I'm actually a little curious to see what that lead looks like. How far has Rains got? Whoa! Stello nearly gets taken out by a lap car. That Rains is just so far up to the field. That lead is massive. It's hard to tell if they've got the car that dialed in or if it's just doing that well through traffic. If it's got a car that's this dialed in for the feature, everybody else is going to be in trouble. Yeah, because we got the battle for 8th just ahead of them. Yeah, there's the battle for 8th as JT fades back to 8th. Brian Lowe works his way in. And now Gunk's going to work his way in. This is right in front of the leader. Like, I don't even need to move the camera now. JT's going to go a lap down here. As Deutsch has moved to the spot. Oh, contact. Cars around, and the leader's in it. That is a big pile up on the backstretch. Leader's in it. Caution's out. 10 to go. There's some damage. I don't know how severe it is to this 86, but the 86 has damage now, and the caution is out. 9 cars on the lead lap. And the 86 is coming in. Pace car's gonna just miss the end of the pit wall as the leader comes in with damage. Right back out. They've just blown the stop sign at the end of pit road. What is going on here? And now we're crawling, trying to make up for having passed the pace car, but the officials are not gonna be happy about that move. And now the whole field's being waved around the 86. And the 86 has come to a stop, and the 9 clearly not happy with him. Yeah, this is just the AI not knowing how to pace, I think. More contact. '86 coming in again. Car's sort of having trouble getting sorted here. I don't think they got any of the work done on the 86. Now a bunch of cars are not where they're supposed to be, so they're trying to get this field sorted out. Laps clicking away. Yeah, race control having an issue here. So 86 finally gets to its pit. Go to work on it. '86 down and away again. They've cut the hood off. Still sounds like there may be a penalty to serve for that. So that puts Stello into the lead. As the lights go out on the pace car, it will be a single file restart, and they're not going to do a wave around here from the looks of it. They're just going to let them line up the way they are. Although it doesn't look like it much matters. Well, now we're having trouble. We're going to wave it off. We're losing laps here at the end. Car's out of position, and they're trying to get them sorted before they throw the green, but they don't have a lot of laps to do this in. Right now the running order is going to get all sorts of goofy because the AI are not great under caution here. What is happening? We got a car up here at the front of the queue. What are the lead lap? What are we doing? Oh, this is probably going to end under yellow because we're not going to get this sorted out, are we? Yeah. We've just put half the field a lap down and then given the one to green, so that's a choice. I have a hunch we're going to wave this off again. just call this running order official. That's quite likely. Yep, we've waved it off. Hopefully this isn't a sign of things to come in the future. At a certain point, you just have to throw the green and let it be. That may be what they're about to do. Well, I think they're just going to let it be. Let the 99 be where they're not supposed to be. But let the... There's 8 cars on the lap, it's just isn't even going to matter. As long as nobody crashes, they're all going to make it through, and we're going to go green. What an odd way to end this thing. Shootout here at the end. But it's really, none of this matters. Oh, and the 18 has hit the end of the pit wall. Caution's going to come out. I don't even think it mattered. Checker flag was in the air there. That was a jacked up way to end it, but the transferring spots are going to be Stello Bontempi, Germain, Harding, Brian Lowe, Farrell, Armstrong, and Deutsch. What a weird way for that to have ended. Can't believe that Reigns, who had a dominant car, got wiped out like that. But on to the future.
Drivers, to your cars. Drivers, to your cars.
Starting grid for our feature event. On the pole, Mike Carroll. Alongside him, Brennan Cruz-Mancebes. Row 2, Patrick Calgill and Aaron Cummings. Row 3, Mark Huron and Philip Parker. Row 4, Tommy Davis and Ken Joint. Row 5, Mark Guthrie, Jared Mogard. Row 6, Dave Daniels and Adam Beresford. Row 7, John Cheeseman and Kevin Corbett. Row 8, Ronaldo Scott and Nigel Ramaswamy. Row 9, Mondre Diggs and Matt Bontempi. Row 10, PDJ Zeller and Tony Tonto Jr. Row 11, Raybo Womack and Stephen Davis. Row 12, Scott Drake and Joe Polson. Row 13, Connor Germain and Doug Spark. Row 14, Brian Lowe and JT Armstrong. Row 16, Jackson Vetcher and Alex Stello. Row 17, Broderick Whitman and Stefan Harding. Row 18, I think. I might have lost count. I think this is row 18. We've got Scott Deutsch and Bobby Farrell. And shotgun on the field, not getting a qualifying lap, is Frank Womack, the points leader. A couple of minutes before the command to start engines, pre-race ceremony is well underway. be given. The invocation's completed. National anthem done. Fireworks have been launched. And you all missed it. Because you're not here at the Lonesome Pine Raceway. Get your tickets to the next Busch Bonanza Series race so you won't miss out on all the fireworks and pre-race festivities. Disclaimer, Busch Bonanza is not a real series. You cannot buy actual tickets. Gentlemen, start your engines. Field comes to life and we'll roll off 200 laps around Lonesome Pine. Gentlemen, start your engines. Comes to life and we'll roll off 200 laps around Lonesome Pine. We've had one fail to get away. 007, I think, has had to be pushed from the grid, but the track is clear. The pace car is in. Green, green, green. Good start for Bontempi. He's going to get clear into turn one. Correction for Cruz Monsevis. I always get the two of them confused. Brandon Cruz Monsevis leads into turn one. Mike Carroll tries to get up behind him and try to force him out of the group, but not close enough. Paulson has gotten moving, so that car will be scored. Cowgill going for the second spot as Paulson loses another lap. Patrick Cowgill's going to move up into the second spot. Cummings charging through up to second as Mike Carroll gets back around Cowgill. Neves stretching his lead out to 2 seconds now. Now here comes Carroll looking for the second spot back. This is exactly what Brandon wants to hear is happening behind him. It's letting him get away. Build a buffer before he gets to traffic. we got an incident. Ramaswamy with a ton of front end damage and the caution's out. Oh, let's hope this caution doesn't screw up the whole field. Let's see what happened. I'm sure it will. We're going to see the running order get just mangled. What the heck happened to Matt Bontempi here? So Bontempi's coming off of turn 2, gets into the corner panel of Vatcher, heads for the inside wall, ricochets off, straight up into the path of the 37, and around goes the 37. Wow, Connor Germain just missed him, and a little bit of contact from the 68, and Doug Sparks gonna pile in. That's some heavy contact. Let's ride along with the 21, get an onboard shot. Whoa, that was close. Doesn't get much closer than that. Oh wait, it does. On board with the 03. That's a big whack. So caution is out, and Brennan Cruz-Mancevis was right there on scene as the yellow is out now. No pit stops. Are we lined up correctly? Sort of. Joe Polson trying to get his wave around is not doing a very good job of taking his wave around. Pace car is going to come in. Running order: Cruz-Mancevis, Carroll, Guthrie, Cummings, Cowgill, Parker, Davis, Scott, Heron, and Joint to the top 10 as we go green again from Lonesome Pine. 37 done for the day, by the way. At least from the looks of it. Spark having issues. So we're going to try to get a green flag run going here. Yeah, Spark having trouble. I think they're going to be going to the day. Alright, Doug, it's time to call it a day. So no takers to pit road under that caution, which either means that they don't think they need to pit in a 200 lap race, which seems unlikely, or they just don't think they can make it from there. Oh, Doug Sparks actually going to come out onto the track for once. Maybe they finally got that thing working. Watch him immediately pit here. Yeah, immediately coming in. I think the officials have about had it with that. Already looming for the leaders now. Off of a single file restart, it will not take as much time to reach the tail end. cars in traffic. Mike Carroll going for the lead. Dives to the inside. And Mike Carroll is now your leader. It's 5 bonus points for Mike. Okay, can we black flag the 03 already? Mike's took the cars a lap down. Guthrie's moved into the 2nd spot. But now Cummings taking that from him, but Carroll's built a 2-second lead in traffic. Look at that, there's Frank Womack just up there ahead of him. I'd love to put Frank down a lap. Now that the cars are going 1 lap down, Joe Paulson's hopes of getting back to the field are pretty much evaporating. Past 1/4 distance. Next one on the chopping block, Raybo Womack. Raybo gonna fight back. It's not gonna help Mike's effort to get away. He's got 2.5 seconds, so he's got a little bit to play with. They're fighting hard for that 2nd spot. Really haven't black flagged the L3 yet, have we? Still trying to get his lap back. These guys don't want to be down a lap this early, especially as a risk of caution. Bruce Mercedes is closing now on all this traffic. Runs him way up the track. Joint working his way up to second now and is going to get a chance at Mike here in a second. So Mike's going to try to regroup and rebuild his lead here, get back by these cars he lapped and then had to let them all back through because they fought him too hard. Let's see if Stefan Harding's actually going to lose a lap now. We'll do it through the field here in a moment once we see how this is going to play out. Thatcher and Raybo trying to have a crash there. Seem to have gotten away with it for the time being. And Joint on a charge here up to second. Thinking about going 3 wide. Decides it's probably not a move. And Jackson Batch will lose a lap. How many laps down is Dix Marcon? He's gone 16 laps down. I'm letting this continue. Finally get him off the track. Stefan Harding now fighting for the lead lap. I don't think he's having a ton of success. No, Spark's still out there. And Harding's going to lose a lap. Raybo now on the chopping block to lose a lap. Doug Sparks still pitting every other lap. Ken Joint staying in contact for the lead here as we come up on halfway. And when we hit halfway, we'll do it through the field segment. Oh, here comes the 33 looking for the lead. Dives it in there. New leader, 33. Sneezy commentators. Stello is going down. It's already down a lot, but it's not. So now Joint trying to work his way away. Open up this gap as we near halfway. There's a lot of traffic ahead of him. A lot of traffic ahead of the leader now. Rear end damage to the 58. I don't know when that must have happened. Maybe under one of our yellows. Oh, no. It's when he... Duh. It's when Nigel Ramaswamy plowed into the back of him. I'm stupid. He kept going after that. I'm surprised they didn't... Well, I don't think he pitted to even try to get it looked at, so... Ramondre Diggs loses a lap. Tempe's going to be next on that list to lose a lap. Closing in on the halfway point. Davis going down a lap. Rick Womack, next car to lose a lap at this rate. Making stupid noises. Commentating a race, not making stupid noises. Oh, pulp and bomb my lemonade. Alright, coming to halfway. Here in about a lap and a half, we'll do it through the field. And check on where everybody's running. So, your leader, Ken Joint, by just about 2 seconds over Mike Carroll, currently in second. Mike trying to close in on the points leader as they run. In third, we've got Mark Guthrie. Running fourth, Brandon Cruz Montseves. Sitting in the fifth spot, Tommy Davis. In P6, Aaron Cummings in the Waffle House machine. P7, Dr. Kelp, Philip Parker. The 8th spot belongs to 55, John Cheeseman. In 9th, Jared Mogard. Not heard a lot from him today, but he's been solidly up in the front half of the field all evening. Running 10th, Tony Tonto Jr. in the Jiffy Pop Pontiac. Fighting for 11th, the 0 and the 3. We've got Patrick Calgo in the 3, having just taken it. Dave Daniels in the 0, trying to fight him off, but not having any success in that fight at the moment. And a move for the 12th spot. Here comes the 40. Ronaldo Scott going for the spot. And he'll take it. That'll move the 0 of Daniels back to 13th, just in time to get passed by Kevin Corbett, who was running 14th. In 15th, we've got Brian Lowe in the 23 Bobcat Rentals machine. He's about to have a fight here for Mark Huron, going for the spot, the 0-1. And that's a pass for position. Last car in the lead lap at the moment. Scott Deutsch has the leader just behind him, although now Joe Polson's going to get him a reprieve. So 18 cars in the lead lap, last of them being Scott Deutsch. And Polson has not had anything for that 33. So I think we're about to watch Scott Deutsch lose a lap. Yeah, maybe not. First car one lap down, double O, P.J. Zeller. Adam Beresford now down a lap. Frank Womack down a lap. Stephen Davis down. Scott Drake. Matt Bontempi. Ramondre Diggs. Alex Stello, Rebo Womack. I think we've got pit stops starting. So I just saw pit sign moving. Yes, pit stops have started. Just past halfway. And Carroll's come in, Tonto's come in. Let's watch the leader from a high camera so we can see what's happening. Thatcher is in. Drake in. Here comes Scott Deutsch to the pits. Parker, Cheeseman, Carroll, Calgol. Oh, we got a car into the end of the wall. Oh, no, the 23's just been murdered in the end of the wall. No yellow. We gonna stay? Nope, there's the caution. Caution's out in the middle of a sequence of stops. This is gonna mix up our field. Womack's in. The caution's been taken now. This is going to mix up the whole field. The 23, I think, got pinned into the end of the wall, and that's brought out our yellow. Mike Carroll, ton of smoke out of that machine. He's in trouble. And the pit road is going to be open, and the pace car is going to bounce off the pit wall as the leader follows him in. This is going to trap a number of cars a lap down. We'll see if any of them can successfully get a wave around, but I'm skeptical, especially with the pace car being silly like this. Having typical short track AI issues. There they go. Mad dash to the end of the pit lane. Right, let's see what happened to the 24 real. Sorry, 20. Looks on track. What car I'm looking for? We'll see what happened to Brian Lowe here. Did that car drive away from that? Or did it get towed and then returned? What the heck? He drove away from this? So Mike's trying to come out, Brian's trying to come in into the wall, and somehow that car didn't go. What the heck was that glitchiness? Let's watch that from another angle. So he's going to drive him into the wall. He's going to just bounce out of the wall and drive it away. Okay. So we're under caution trying to sort the field out here. I'll wait for him to come around, start finishing, and then we'll get a running order update and see where everybody's at. But we're trying to get this field sorted out. Okay, 1 to green. The leader is Cruz Montseves. Then it's Joint, Cummings, Mogard, Corbett, Whitman, Scott, Daniels, Heron. The lead lap cars. 10th, 1 lap down, is Mark Guthrie. And we are green again. And a number of cars dive to the pits on the restarts. That's an interesting choice from them. And a few cars are going to try to get their laps back here the hard way and hope for yellow. Even more coming in. Mogard coming to the pits. So we've had some guys that either said they're not going to make it, or we've not done a good job sweeping the debris. Field getting very jumbled now. Sev is trying to work his way back through, and Cummings coming to the pits. Very, very odd occurrence here. Might take a couple laps to figure out what's going on here. So we'll see if Ken can get back up here, maybe work his way back around. The 03, the 50, and the 23 are done for the day, in case that was missed. 37's been done for a while. We have 10 cars on the lead lap now. And the leader hot on the heels of a handful of them. Not even shocked that we had a yellow during a sequence of green flag pit stops. Like, that's usually what happens at a track with this sort of pit road configuration, is that there's just not enough room for guys to merge, that you almost want to pit late in the sequence and hope for that yellow. If it stays green, then short pitting works, but if it doesn't stay green, you're just in trouble. So can the leader put a few of these guys right ahead of him down a lap, or is this just going to create a nice buffer for him to run in? Kevin's moved up to third. All the weird pitting certainly helped him, so... Bad points day now for Mike, who was in good shape in the points, so that's going to be a setback for that team. They were second in points, 105 out. They're now likely going to lose some ground, especially with Cowgill and Guthrie running so well. Or at least decently well. Both in the top 10. Mike's going to be settling for a 33rd place finish. Womack not having a great day, but will still gain points on Mike. Ken can't get to the traffic back there to really do anything to close these gaps out. That's going to let Brandon Krizmatsevich just start clicking off laps here and try to get to the end of the race. Gap up to 3.7. Now it's actually beyond 4 seconds. Big gap opening up here as he's going to try to put Cowgill down a lap again. Stabilizing for the moment. Spicy ahead of the leader. Three wide, a little bit of contact. Everybody's still going straight though. Battling hard there for back half of the top 10. Parker now risking going down a lap. Krizmatsevich puts the 79 down a lap. Leaves 9 cars on the lead lap. Immediately going to try to get Cheeseman to make it 8. fighting back. Joint's starting to close up now that the leader is in traffic. Struggling with the traffic fighting them hard. Gap coming down quickly now. Inside 50 to go. Down to a second. As all the cars he's just lapped have gotten back around him, he's going to have to do it all over again. Trying to put as many cars between he and Ken as possible. I think Kevin's going to run for that second spot. Yeah, maybe not. Cummings trying to keep this lap. Really making life hard for the 56. Now Ken's going to be right on his bumper. Here comes Ken looking for the lead back. Closing. We're getting down to hero or zero time. There's going to be 40 to go at the line. Ken dives for it. Door to door down the backstretch. Into 3. Ken Joint's going to take the lead back. Now he's got to try to disappear through this traffic. Do what Brandon couldn't do. Kevin going for the second spot. He's going to take it. Kevin moves up to second. Does he have the slate race charge? He's going to move inside of the lap car at 78. Try to limit the cars between he and the leader. This leader's trying to put some guys a lap down again. Parker getting lapped. Cruz Metsev is having to fight Connor Germain. I'll let Kevin try to get some room to work here. Now Cummings is going to fight the leader, trying to get his lap back again. Leader getting attacked by lap cars. Kevin trying to attack those same lap cars. get a chance here if Ken can't get down. He tries to get down, but doesn't get clear of the one. 30 to go at the line. 30 laps to go. Bumper to bumper for the lead. I feel like they're all actually getting held up by the 42 up there. When those guys get around the 42, they disappear up the road. What's happening is back here, they're getting an accordion behind the 42 and racing each other instead of passing the 42 car. Kevin looks to the inside. Ken slides up. Not quite there. They both slide up here in 3 and 4. Ken slides up. Kevin trying to capitalize door to door. Tries to dive it into one. Gets to the quarter panel. Down the back. It's going to be 25 to go. I think Kevin's got the lead here. 25 to go. New leader. Oh, that was close to the line. I think Kevin had it. He did. Just barely. So Kevin to the lead. Thatcher chops his nose. Kevin's not going to be happy about that. Parker helping Kevin by forcing Ken out of the groove, but we'll say Parker's not going to do that straight back to Kevin. Cars ahead are passing the 42, so he might get some clear track ahead of it now. Ken getting back around Vatcher. He's going to try to mount a charge back up to Kevin. Kevin wishing it's 2 to go, not 22 to go. This is a decent amount of time for him to try to hold him off. Needs to get around Farrell quickly. To go at the line. That's not going to get you around him. Here comes Parker looking for the inside on the leader. Doesn't get there. Here comes Parker again, trying to force Kevin up off the bottom. He's done it. Parker gets his nose in there. Davis gets his nose in on Ken though. Kevin should just lift and drop in here. See if Parker can move the 42 for him. Oh, but 70 is going to try to close his hole. That's not going to help Kevin. Kevin way up out of the groove, overdrove it. He's going to let Ken get a run at him. Joint going to try to get the lead back from Kevin here. Not much threat behind. Kevin can try to drop in, reform. Parker's going to clear the 79. Correction, Parker's going to clear the 42. He is the 79. One less car in the queue stuck behind Farrell. I think whatever lead lap car gets around Bobby Farrell here first is going to win this race. And I think Kevin knows that, but what can he do about it? I don't know that he's got anything for Ken here. Ken's going to try to get the inside of Davis. Do it. Now Vatcher's going to make things really easy for Ken Joint here, forcing Kevin out of the groove. just needs to run about 11 good laps here, and this race could be his. Kevin fading now. No real threat back there at the moment. As Ronaldo Scott unscheduled pit stop. Tend to go at the line. Ken just slid up. Kevin's not close enough for that to matter. Inside 10 to go. I don't think there's any threat coming from behind, but I do think we're about to get a battle for second because Kevin's about to have company back here. Six to go. Ken Joint leads by over 2 seconds. The gap came down that lap, but Kevin's going to need something to happen. I don't see it happening, although he's gotten a little bit of breathing room he didn't have a minute ago over third place. It's 5 laps to go. Ken Joint trying to clear the 42 now. I think he gets around this car, it's over. To the inside, clears the 42 off of turn 4. Oh, he should have, but he got the apron. There's a bit of smoke down the front. Somebody's bounced off the inside wall. They've stayed green for it. This close to the finish, they don't want to throw a yellow. But in the race anyway. 42 has been cleared by the leader. 3 to go. Kevin just not really close enough to be a threat now. Ken needs to put 2 good laps on the board. He's going to be your winner. Penultimate time down the backstretch. Through 3 and 4. White flag in the air for Ken Joint. 1 lap around the speedway. He's had to earn it tonight, but Ken Joint has been superb here in the closing stages of the race. Off at turn 4, checkered flag in the air. Ken Joint is going to win at Lonesome Pine. Kevin Corbett's going to come home second. Cruz Monsevis, then Whitman. Huron, Guthrie, Cowgill, Cummings, Cheeseman, Beresford, Parker, and Davis, the lead lap cars. 1 lap down, PDJ Zeller, Jared Mogard, Dave Daniels, Stefan Harding, Alex Stello, JT Armstrong, Stephen Davis. 2 laps down, Bobby Farrell, Frank Womack, Raybo Womack, Ramondre Diggs, Scott Deutsch. 3 down, Ronaldo Scott, Tony Tonto Jr., Scott Drake, Joe Polson. 4 down, Jackson Vatcher, Connor Germain. Out of the race, oh, sorry, we forgot Matt Bontempi, 4 down. And then out of the race, Brian Lowe, Mike Carroll, Doug Spark, and Nigel Ramaswamy. Let us see how this affects our point standings. So next week we will roll into South Boston. That is last year's point standings. You don't want those. Womack leads now 73 points over Cowgill, 111 over Guthrie. Carroll 136 back. Kevin Corbett 180 points out of the lead. He's in striking distance now. Mark Huron has moved up to 6th. Well, I wouldn't say that he's moved up to 6th. He's now tied with Dave Daniels in 6th on 35-28. Philip Parker in 8th, 9th Beresford. Then we got Cummings. Joint Holtz in 11th. That is his second win of the season. Cruz Monsevis picks up 2 spots, passing Rabo and Ronaldo. Doug Sparks still in 15th. Then it's Whitman, Mogard, Diggs, Drake, and Vatcher. Vatcher, 42 points to the good. And only 25 behind Scott Drake. Those two guys need to be sweating. John Cheeseman moves up 2. Tonto picks up a spot. Stephen Davis up a spot. PDJ Zeller picks up 3. Ron Stout loses a few. Harding up 2, passing Baldinger and Fitzmaurice. Nothing else of note. We will see you next week for South Boston.